So we are preparing the live stream now. So just preparing. So we are preparing the live stream now. So just preparing. Good evening, everyone. Good evening. Welcome. You're all welcome. It's good to have you all here with me again. Thank you for honoring my invitation. Thank you for being a part of my 2022. It's been an excellent year, I dare say. I want and if you can hear me clearly, I just want you to say something, send me a message if you're in my private room. And if you're already on YouTube, please say something so that we know that you can hear me, okay? I just want to be sure that everyone can hear me, right? So how are you doing? Today is a blessed day. After today, everybody is getting ready to enter into the new year tomorrow. Please forgive my visual. It's kind of blurry. I can see that it's kind of blurry. I don't know why. Let me see. Just bear with me. Please bear with me. We'll do better. We'll do better. All right. Let me see if anybody's on YouTube. Hello, guys on YouTube. Hello. Good to see you all. You're welcome. Okay. So I'll just say a word of prayer. Father, we thank you for another opportunity to share. Thank you for this mandate that I have run with for a few years now. Lord, I ask that you will speak through me and be a blessing to your people. Get them ready, equipped, empowered for 2023 in Jesus' name. Amen. So I'm doing this I think this is the first time I'll be doing this all by myself, right? Because this is going to be short, sweet, and sharp. And I want everyone to please pay attention, right? First of all, I want to wish you an amazing 2023 because it is going to be amazing. Trust me, it is going to be amazing. And I know for me, I've already received my word for 2023, and I will say it right now, and you can confirm it tomorrow at your crossover night or wherever you're going to do it. But I know that for me, 2023 is going to be the year of illumination and shining. Right, that's the word I've received. There's going to be glory all around. There's going to be light all around, and people are just going to come into the space and into the room that God has already created for me. So I'm excited, I'm empowered, I'm ready, and I want to encourage you to be ready like I am, okay? All right, so we are going to get right into it. But before I do, I have a question for you. Are you ready? Are you ready for 2023? Are you ready? All right. And I know that most of you will want to say yes or so on, but let me tell you, you are not, because here, 2023 is going to hold surprises for everyone. We are going to be surprised, we're going to be shocked, and we're going to be shifted, right? This has nothing to do with you. You are just going to be shifted into the positions and places that you need to function in. You're going to face those audiences, those crowds, be on those platforms of people that have been waiting and have been longing to hear you, to see you, to know you, to meet you. Your essence is going to be poured abroad. It's going to be poured out to people. So be ready, be ready, be ready. All right? I want you to be ready. And that's what I'm going to try and do today. Right? You know, when people hear about goal setting, they believe that, oh, it's about writing all the things you want, listing it out and working towards achieving it. But it's a lot more than that. That's why a lot of us haven't been able to smash our goals, as it were, because we do not understand the essence of goal setting. We do not understand the foundation of it. And we know that if the foundation is weak, we are helpless. We are hopeless. And what I'm trying to do today is to fix the foundation of this thing that causes us to be aspirational, this thing that causes us to dream big dreams and want to do great things, right? I'm here today to fix our foundation and begin to put building blocks on it and then hand it over to you so that you can complete it by adding more building blocks to get your full building, your full mansion, skyscraper, castle, whatever you're building. All right, so I will ask you to follow me closely. I'll be asking a lot of questions. These questions I'm asking is for you to ponder on, go back, think about, and write out your own answers. All right, That's what I'll beg you to do today. Okay, so let's start. And I'm going to start with heritage. So I'm going to have some little topics in between, but I want you to listen. Heritage, let's start from there, because the truth is that everything about us starts from our heritage. Who we are, right? What makes us tick, where we are from, right? How we came to be in this space at this time. That's our heritage. What do we carry? Whose name are we bearing, right? Who are we representing at this time? That's our heritage, right? And you know, in your heritage, it means that there's a generation. There's a generational link. Every generation is a link to the next generation. You have parents or you have older ones in another generation, then you are in a generation. And even as we are here, I'm sure most of the people here, it will be between the ages of maybe 20 and 60 or 70, right? There is another generation. So even as you're listening to me, you are a link, you are a generational link, right? And if you are here, it means that either you had parents or guardians or some people that have gone ahead of you, and you are experiencing who they are, their essence right now. Were they high achievers? Did they leave a heritage for you? Who did they teach you things? How did they go? You know, that kind of thing is going on there, right? It's going on, you're experiencing it, but then you are also in the place to begin to build your own heritage. What will the people coming after you receive from you? Right? The thing is that as far as there are children being born, there is always a generational link, right? I'll say that again. As far as children are being born, there is a generational link, you know, that ensures that the family lives, that ensures that the name remains. That's why there are names that have been here for generations to generation. That's why there are men that are fighting that they want to have male kids because they need to keep their name going. And some women don't even drop their names anymore because they're keeping their father's name going, right? Those are generational links. And you owe it to your generation to be a link that connects the past with the present and with the future. The future is who is coming, right? And we know that in scripture, the Bible talks about fathers leaving wealth and leaving resources, or, you know, a heritage for their children. But we also know that the Bible tells us that children honor their parents by giving to them, by taking care of them. That is what the generational link is. Everybody has a part to play, right? And in understanding your part to play, right, means that you are thinking of being a blessing. You're thinking of contributing to your generation right now as it is, to those that have gone ahead of you and those that are coming. What I'm saying to you this evening is that you have a mandate. Your mandate is to be a generational link. Your mandate is to ensure that one generation doesn't die off, but that it continues to the next generation. But not just that it continues, but that it gets better. You are here to be better, right? If you know me well, you know that word is important to me. You are here to become better than you were yesterday. You're here to do better than your parents did and hand over something greater to the generation that is coming. You are here to be an essential, important generational link. Right. I just almost said praise the Lord right there, because man, I'm really feeling myself. I'm being good, feeling good. So I want to ask some questions now, and I want you to write it down. And if you can write it in the chat for me, make sure you do, so that I know you can hear me and you can see me. Those of you in the Zoom room, if you can open your video, all the better. But let's go. Question 1. What happens when it is our turn? Right? My question to you. What happens when it's your turn to carry the generation? What happens when it's your turn? Number 2, what happens when we become the strongest link? So when you're the strongest link, do you feel overwhelmed, or do you feel responsible, right? Do you feel empowered to do more and to show more greatness, right? What happens when we become center stage? When we take center stage and then it becomes us, what then happens? What are we supposed to do, right? The reason I'm asking you these questions is because you are your generation link now, the generational link right now. Number 4, who are you being right now? Who are you being, not becoming? Who are you being? Are you being your father or your mother or an uncle or auntie? Are you being some role model or mentor that already exists? Or are you being yourself? Are you living your mandate? Are you in your divine assignment? Are you feeling your space? Who are you being right now? Number 5, how are you linking one generation to the other, or are you cutting it off? How are you carrying what has been and amplifying it and celebrating it and taking the good from it and emphasizing the light that started dimly, but which you're going to elaborate and share around the world, right? Number 6, are you going to leave it better? Are you going to become the weakest link? So I'm going to run through those questions again very quickly for anyone that didn't get them. Number 1, what happens when it's your turn? As a generational link, what happens when it's your turn? Number 2, what happens when you become the strongest link? Number 3, are you taking center stage consciously? Are you taking it consciously? Number 4, who are you being right now? Number 5, how are you linking one generation to another? Number 6, are you going to leave it better, or are you going to become the weakest link? I want you to think over those questions. This is being recorded on YouTube, so you can always go back and watch it, and get better. So for you to be able to answer these questions, I want us to quickly do a visualization exercise. So if you're with me and you can just close your eyes at the moment, let's do a quick one in maybe 2 minutes. Just quickly do a visualization exercise, right? Because there is actually no goal setting without visions, right? Let me make that very clear. I hope you can hear me. Right? There is actually, sorry, I need to just record this to bear with me, right? There is actually no goal setting without visualization, because if you cannot see where you are going, how do you chart a course to that place? I tell everybody my goal smashing 101 is see, believe, chart. You start by seeing it, visualizing it, dreaming it. Then you begin to believe it. You believe it is when you begin to write vision statements, because you can now see, you can see it clearly, you can believe you can have it. So you're writing vision statements about it. And then you begin to chart your course to the destination. That is goal setting. So you begin to write goals for it. So you dream by seeing, you believe by vision casting, and then you chart by goal setting. I'm going ahead of myself. So let's go back. So let's do the visualization exercise, right? And I want you to know something, right? That you have to keep saying those things that you are seeing, or those things that you desire to see, because you might not be seeing it right now, but you desire to see them. You have to keep saying it until it becomes the familiar. Because we have learned on this platform during the Rejuvenance Conference that it's the familiar that you exhibit, it's the familiar that you begin to live, it's the familiar that enters into your subconscious and becomes your reality. Right? So the reason why you need to keep seeing is because as you keep seeing, you are developing that vision in your mind until it becomes familiar to you and becomes just what you will bet, or just what you will live. All right? Right? And that's what one of the things that was shared during Rejuvenance. If you haven't watched it, go back, the links are all there, right? That visualization exercise is when your mind collides with your body. Means that your subconscious, which is your mind, begins to take over your body, begins to take over how your body reacts to things, so the things that you begin to believe are the things that you begin to exhibit in your body. Psychosomatic is the place where your mind and your body collide. It's very important. Visualization is one of the biggest things you have to learn and do in 2023. Okay, right? So the mind is found in your soul, right? The mind is found in your soul. We know that, but you know the truth. The mind is fueled by your spirit. The truth is that your spirit is there, alive and well. And the things that you feed your spirit into are the things that come into your mind and the things that your body begins to exhibit. So what is in your spirit, all right? What is in your spirit? We know the Bible says that as a man thinks in his heart, so is he. What that really is, we're talking about the spirit. We're talking about how whoever is thinking, how you are betting things in your spirit. Okay, that. Somebody. Okay. I will mute everybody. Sorry, YouTube people. Sorry, YouTube. YouTube people. Okay, so sorry for that. How do you see these things in your spirit? Because how you see it in your heart and in your spirit, what becomes your manifestation. How do you visualize, right? What do you carry in your spirit? Those pictures that you carry in your spirit, consciously or unconsciously. And I'm saying consciously or unconsciously because a lot of us are living our lives unconsciously. We are just going day after day. But if we are able to consciously put some pictures, the right pictures within ourselves. This evening on Instagram, I saw a video and I had to share it in my stories. The man was saying in the video that for every negative thing that your mind brings up, task it to say 9 other positive things. So for instance, if you enter a room and your mind says, this room is smelling, you can say, oh, but the pictures are great, the people are lovely, the food is nice, cause your mind to think of 9 other things, so that over time your mind just naturally begins to teach, push out, construct, burst positive things, and your life just generally becomes more positive, right? So what we carry in our spirits are pictures, and I want us to be able to see those pictures today and bet those pictures. So I have a question for you. Do you have pictures? What pictures are you carrying in your heart for 2023? What dreams have you carried in your heart? What kind of pictures are the positive pictures, right? So let's quickly jump to the exercise again. So let's close our eyes and be present. Be here with me. Be here with me. Wherever you are, whatever country you are, because I can see some people, I can see people that are outside here from South Africa, from Canada, from Switzerland, people are here already. So I want you to just close your eyes for a minute. And I'm going to ask you, and be present. Be present in your current reality, your life now, what it is, your kids, your job, everything. Be present there, right? And I want to ask you, what do you see? What do you experience right now, currently? And then I want to ask you to use your imagination and begin to create the picture that you want. Create the life that you want using your imagination, right? Your space, your work, your lifestyle, your finances, your relationships, all those things. Just begin to create it. I want you to create it. In your mind, I just have it, right? And then I want to see the 8 dimensions of wellness and begin to focus on the areas that to live the lifestyle that you want. You need growth in 2023, right? Right? Are we there? Good. Now we can open our eyes. I know it's quick, but you can do it again later. The reason for doing that is because I need you to realize that the pictures that you are seeing will not happen automatically. They will draw you in, yes, but in drawing you in, they are showing you what you need to do, who you need to become, the kind of things you need to start doing, the kind of things you need to stop doing, do more or do less of those things. That's your realization. That's where we come into the realization exercise, right? You begin to write those things. What do I need to begin to do to be able to live my best life in 2023? I will say that again. What do I need to start doing today to begin to live my best life in 2023? Right? And I ask you another thing. What's stopping you? What really is stopping you? Because if truly we believe in the power of imagination and the law of attraction, then what is stopping you? Write those things down and then counter them with statements that proves that they cannot stop you, right? So if what is stopping you, that I'm shy, then write another statement beside it that I have been given the spirit of boldness and a sound mind, all right? So counter those statements with it. Now, to be able to do this, I want to take you through 4 stages, very quickly, 4 stages, all right? Stage 1, accept. You have to accept that you're not living your best life right now. You have to accept that the space that you're occupying, you could do better. You could live better. You could be stronger. You can be bolder. You have to accept these things, right? I need you to be able to accept, right? You need to just accept that, yes, I'm living below capacity. I'm living below where I've been called into. I'm living below my authentic self. Number 1, I accept. And I need you to just say it 3 times. I accept, I accept, I accept, right? Number 2, stage 2, I want you to believe. I believe, right? Say, I believe. But the question is, what do you believe? You need to begin to believe that you can be better than where you are. You need to begin to believe the things that you can do. See, last year, I think it was last year, during Start Strong last year, one of the people that attended Start Strong is a good friend of mine. And, as we're talking, I shared some things with him about me seeing kingship on him and him just taking leadership and rulership in some spaces and so on. And as I was saying those things, he was agreeing with me and so on. Right now, as I speak to you, he's in a political position which he won over all the other people that have lived in that country far longer than he is, because he was able to believe it. So you need to begin to believe for better, believe for bigger, believe it, no matter what it takes you, how long it takes you, but get yourself to the point of belief. I believe, I believe, I believe. Number 3, commit. You need to begin to commit doing the things that you have said you need to do to begin to live your best life now. You need to begin to commit doing those things, right? You need to begin to commit to your next steps, to begin to become your authentic self. You need to commit to it. Do I need to wake up earlier? Do I need to eat less? Do I need to study more? Do I need to network better? What are the things that will help you to begin to live in higher standards? You need to commit to those things. I commit, I commit, I commit. And then the final one is I deliver. So I did an ABCD, which I learned from my mentor, Eritosin, by the way, right? I did ABCD, deliver, right? You know that the Bible says, as soon as Zion travailed, right, she brought forth her children. What that scripture is saying is, as soon as she accepted, believed it, as soon as she took it in, it happened. It's time to deliver. Once you're able to believe it and you begin to see yourself in it, you're able to deliver, right? You are going to start accepting, believing, committing resources, time, and then you're going to deliver, right? Because that is when your spirit clicks. So I need you to say, I deliver, I deliver, I deliver, right? I deliver my dreams. I deliver my intentions. I deliver my expectations. I deliver 2023. I deliver an amazing, fantastic year, all right? Right. Are we together? I hope you're having a good time already. If you are, I need you to just say, yes. I'm having a good time. I'm having a good time, right? Right. Now, in all this that we have said, what you need to understand that it still boils down to what you think, right? What you think, how you think, what that process is for you. You need to work on your mind. You need to work on your reference points, what you expose yourself to, that you see. What are you referencing, right? When you think about life and all the things that is happening around you, do you just think about yourself, how you can eat, how you can sleep, how you can walk, how you can do this and acquire and get, and this all about you? Do you think about you and your family and say, oh, my children, my husband, my this, you know, my husband is always saying, I'm thinking of every money I have, I'm buying something for the kids. Honestly, it's true, right? Are you just family, oh, I'm very family oriented, oh, and all that? Do you think about maybe your neighborhood or your community? So when you're thinking about things, you're thinking about what you can do for your community or your neighborhood. Do you think about your nation, maybe? Do you think about maybe your continent? Do you think about the world? How does your thought process work when you're thinking about solutions or acquisitions or life? What do you think about? Now, let me help you see this clearly. Let me help you understand this, all right? If you think about just you, then you're being very myopic, because you were put on earth to serve other people. You are put on earth to do more than just you. So that means you're being small and myopic and you cannot do great things. If you're just being selfish, self-centered, when you just think about you. And I just want us to be really honest here today, all right? When you think about you and your family, that's okay. There are a few other people in the mix now, but it's still small. It's still selfish, right? When you start thinking about your neighborhood and your community, it's no longer predictable. It's no longer selfish. Now you're adding other people into the mix. It's getting bigger and better. But trust me, think about the world. Why? Because your mandate, your God-given mandate, is about the world. Think of Genesis, right? Think of Genesis and the mandate we received. It's about the world. It's about subduing the world. It's about dominating, right? It's about multiplication of your mandate, of your assignment. Just pass your center, pass your space, right? Not remaining where you are and just being happy about being a local champion. No, your solutions are needed around the world. You need to begin to think about it. Now, there are two examples that are just national examples I can't get past: Dubai and Singapore. Think about how they were before they got into their new rulership or leadership, as it were. People with vision, people with divine assignments, people with global mandates came into power, and they transformed Dubai and they transformed Singapore from what it was into what it is right now. We all want to live in those countries. We all want a holiday there, right? They don't have more resources than we have in our own different countries, every country that's represented here, right, today. But Somebody with vision, somebody thinking outside himself, somebody thinking about the world and global, brought that dream into vision statements and was able to set the right goals and then transform their nation into where it is. It did not happen in one night. I think Singapore's transformation happened over about 30 years, but it happened. And now we are here because of them. Because some people decided to take the world, not just their space, right? Now, the reason why some of us are where we are, thinking about ourselves, our family, our neighborhood, and just being myopic and remaining small, right? The reason why we are like that is because of what we call your code, your personal code. Your personal code is what you really believe, what describes you, right? What is important to you in life. Some of us is money. So anyhow we can make the money, we make it. Some of us is our family. Everything has to be there. Some of you is different things, is relationships, is emotions, everything. Think about yourself. What's the most important thing to you? What makes you shake or quake? Excuse me. Sorry, please bear with me. I haven't been a little stressed, so it's telling you my health, but I'm good, I'm well. Right. This code we carry, this personal code, this personal definition that we carry, right, is what determines what we will do. It's what determines what we'll be able to birth. When we carry a code that is just about us, me, myself, and I, self-centeredness, or our family, a little bit, or the world. When you carry the code for the world, you are able to then bet the world, right? Because that determines what we will accept, what we will believe, what we will commit to, and what we will deliver. All right? The code that we have. Your personal code is what drives you. Is that thing that builds up your value system. Is that thing that determines your value system. So, I always tell everybody, please try and write down your values, right? Have 3 values, have 3 things that keep you together, 3 things that drive you, 3 things that control your actions, right? Right? And you know what? Our values are expressed through the decisions that we make. Our values are expressed through the actions that we take. Our values are expressed through the environment that we keep, right? I'll say that again. Our values are expressed through the decisions that we make. Our values are expressed through the actions that we take. And our values are expressed through the environment that we keep. Please, if someone can type that out for me, I'll be grateful because people need to get that. If you don't know what your values are, just check the decisions you've been making. Just check the actions you've been taking. Then check the environment that you've been keeping, the kind of people you keep around you, right? The kind of places you like to go to, right? And then people say things, when people say somebody is principled, what they're trying to say, or, they refer to principles, is they're just trying to say the person has this kind of values, because it's the kind of values that lead into the kind of principles that we express. So our expression is principles, but our belief, our code is values. Our expression is principles, our code is values, the value system, what makes us stick, what keeps us, right? Right. And I dare say that what cost you to be here today has to do with your value system, what you value. Great. Information, right? Knowledge, you want to growth. Those things that you value is what keeps pushing you into attending conferences and webinars and showing up each time, because you're learning, you're transforming, you're growing, you're knowing better. Okay. Right? And these things are the same things that keep you up at night. These things are the same thing that wants you to keep moving, to keep doing more and more and more and more, right? Those voices that tells you that, you can be more than this. You're restless. That's why you're acquiring knowledge. That's why you're stretching yourself. That's why you're becoming better. That's why your value system is forming, right? And as it forms, I want you to begin to have a global outlook, right? A global outlook, something that defines you. Right? When I understood what my divine assignment or my purpose, as people will say, was in 2007, I know it's quite early, right? For some people, for me, it was early, right? It helped me to be able to structure everything I'm doing now. So when some people say, oh, you're really good at it, you're that, I know it's not my purpose. I know it's not my divine assignment, so I'm not even attracted to it. And even if I am, I still turn it down because I know what I'm called here to do. I was talking to someone today, and I think she's here somewhere, right? Earlier today, we're having a session, and I told her, you know what? Sometimes some things are just permissible for us to do. But those things that are permissible are momentary. They are momentary. They are for moments. They are for time. They are for seasons and times. They're not for our whole life. But your divine assignment, your divine purpose is for eternity, for your whole time on earth, what you are giving. So let's go back to heritage and talk a little about that, right? You can define your heritage in two ways, and I want to start with one. One, it can be about your background, your family, where you come from, right? That's the heritage you carry. You know, when you hear people say, we like this, we the people of this place, or, you know, there's a saying that my dad used to use, you know, when we were growing up. He said, we, you know, we are different. It's in my language, but I'll just say it in English. When we do something, my dad would say it and say, we are different. We are different. The way he says it, he says that that's our heritage, you know, and so on. But I want you to think about it bigger than yourself now, thinking about it globally, about the mandate that you carry, right? And so let's go. When you think of God and your heritage of God, what do you think about? When you think about your relationship with God, and when you think about who God is to you, what do you think? Who do you think God is to you? I want you to write that down. I want you to write that down in the comment section. I want to see what you're writing. I'm just going to pop into YouTube now, and I want to see what you're writing. When you're talking about your relationship with God, who God is to you, what do you think? What are the words that come to you? Thank you so much, everyone. I'm loving the energy in this room. I'm loving the comments. Please make sure that you're sharing this link to people to join us, because we are over halfway through. Trust me. Right? I'm looking at my notes and I'm like, hey, we're fast, but I really wanted this to be punchy and fast and sweet. So, right. Yeah. So God, when you think of God, right, what do you think, right? Who is he to you? What are the words you will use to describe God, right? The last time I was asking a few people, right, about this, different things were coming up. Some people said father, some people said source, some people said essence, some people said companion. You said lover and all that. I want you to just say, and if you're, well, some people here say, I'm not religious, that's fine. You don't have to answer. But if you can answer, I would like to see your answers, all right? You two people, don't fail me now. Okay, somebody said father and friend. Father and friend. Somebody said everything, companion. Okay, all right. So the reason I'm asking you this is because of your heritage, right? Now, let me explain something about heritage. This is not a dictionary definition, but this will help you understand. Your heritage is what you have accepted that you are, and what you are then going to present to the world and bet in the world as a generational link. Let's take a minute to think about that. So somebody said guide and helper, and this same person said father and companion before, and source before. She's changing her words. I see you. I see you. Right? Your heritage is who you believe you are. And these words that you are sharing with me right now means two things. Number one, it's a reflection of what you are experiencing right now. Who you need God to be to you right now is a reflection right now. We're talking about this moment, this time. As if you think about it, the words that you've written or the words that you thought about, right, is a reflection of who you need God to be to you right now. Healer means that your body is sick, right? Or you need some healing, or people around you need some healing, right? Father, lover, source, it means that you need some covering, you need some nurturing, you need some guide, you need some help, you need some money, right? Whatever it is, somebody said my divine planner. Yes, that means you feel disorganized and you need to have some structure in place in your life, right? That is who God becomes to you, what you need at the moment. He becomes the essence that you need to live at this moment. So you understand him in that heritage. That means heritage means what you receive. So you begin to receive from God the things that you understand him to be for you at this moment. Well, let's go to number two. Number two, it talks about what you become conscious of as your heritage. And you know, when I say conscious of, remember what I said at the beginning, it starts in your spirit, it enters into your soul, into your mind, and then it reflects and comes out into your body, into your actions, into your decisions, right? Into the kind of environment that you build. See, let me tell you this, and this is free of charge. It's not in my notes, it's free of charge. The kind of friends that you have, the kind of people you attract is a reflection of who you think you are. right? It's a reflection of your subconscious. There are a few people that I started listening to towards the end of this year because I just realized, oh my God, I have a connection with them, right? The way they speak, the way they deliver what they're teaching, the way they believe what they believe. I see it. I see it the way they are seeing it. I know people that have challenges with them, but I don't, because we're in the same space. We are pulling from God what we need him to be at this moment, right? What your subconscious has accepted God to be becomes your heritage. So I was telling someone that you became a marriage counselor, and when I asked you what God was, you said father, you said source, lover. See it now, and you're becoming a marriage counselor because that is becoming your essence, the heritage, the things that you're living for. You want to help people be better parents and be better fathers and lovers and have better nurturing relationships and so on. It becomes to you that, all right? You think of parenthood, you think of everything. It becomes the heritage that you understand. And that's what you begin to live out. That's what people begin to see of you. Okay. Whatever you are becoming is linked to this heritage that you have subconsciously absorbed into yourself. Whatever you are becoming, whatever goals you are going to be able to set successfully or smash successfully has to do with what you believe, what you have received into your subconscious as your heritage, as what you can believe, who God can be to you. And I wrote this down and I'll read it. Your heritage is in your perception of who you believe God is to you. And in there is your purpose. Right there is your purpose. What God is to you, what he can do through you. All right? And I know this sounds very godly and all that, but honestly, that's the backbone of everything I do and what is pushing me that I'm having 3 webinars in December. Woo. Okay. I hope this is making good sense. Right? And you know, like I said before, and I'm going to reiterate as we begin to wind down and try to tie this all up together. If you have questions, begin to post your questions in. I'll ask Vanessa or Gloria to just check for questions and make sure that I answer the right questions. All right. This theme, this heritage that we have accepted, that we are believing in, we're committing to, and we're delivering, now leads to our definitions, how we define ourselves, who we define ourselves to be. I define myself as a startup midwife. I help people start their ideas. I help people grow. I define myself as a goal success coach, right? I define myself as a minister. I define myself as a public speaker. I define myself as a solution center. I define myself as a connoisseur of knowledge. I help people transform their lives. My definition is from who I see God as, right? Who I see myself as, who I believe I am, right? And that is how I label. Those are the labels I bear. So if you see my CV or you see my profile or you go to my LinkedIn or my books or whatever it is that you see of me, you will see those things. People and systems builder, right? Right? That's the label I'm labeling myself because of what I believe, what I'm beginning to see, what I'm becoming, what I am being at the moment, and who I am becoming, who I am being at the moment, and who I am becoming. So I throw that question to you. How are you labeled by others? I'm sure somebody thought I'll ask, how do you label yourself? No, I'll ask a question. How are you being labeled by others? Because sometimes this is two-faced. One face. Sometimes people tell you things about yourself that you can't even see. But because it is part of who you are and part of where your purpose lies and where your dreams and your visions have been, they are beginning to sense it of you. So they begin to label you as those things. And what you need to do is take those labels and check them out and begin to see, do I really fit into these labels, right? Is this who I really am? That's in one phase. The second phase is that you have been showing people this person that is wrong, this person that you are not. So they are beginning to believe that that is who you are. So I'm only saying here that you need to live more consciously, right? If everything seems perfect to you, all the answers, then you need to come back and do proper self-assessment and know who you really are. Knowing who you really are will lead to what you can birth, what you can truly have. Okay? So I'm trying to bring everything to a conclusion here, but it will be wrong of me not to talk about dreams, all right? Not to talk about the things that we've put into your mind, the things that the pictures that you see, going back to when we talked about pictures, those dreams that you have, right? That's where it comes from. That's where it starts from. That's where goal setting is not the beginning. The beginning is the dream of who you are, The dream of what do you see? The picture that you carry. What is your dream? Dreaming is free. You can dream as far and as wide and as whatever that you want. You can do that, right? But when you start bringing it back, right, into vision casting, that's when the journey starts. That's when the journey begins. That leads you to your authentic self, right? That's when the journey begins to the better version of yourself, because you're beginning to write visions. You're beginning to write vision statements. You're beginning to cast those statements, right? Clearly, so that the dream is to be the biggest billionaire in the world. But the vision is the why you need to become that. The outcome, the result. Why? Why do you even need to become the billionaire? That is the vision. So you write your vision statement out, right? Excuse me. Sorry about that. You determine those things. When you begin to write your vision statement, that's when you begin to get clarity on the kind of goals that you need to set. So clarity, light, illumination comes when you begin to have on goal setting now. Starts from your vision statement. When you write a clear vision statement about your life, about 2023, about the things that you want to see, you're describing those pictures, you're describing the dreams that you have, and you're putting outcomes to it, you're putting the results to it. When you start doing it, you begin to see clearly your current reality, where you really are, all right? I think I'm going to write a book about this, because as I'm speaking, I'm just getting more clarity myself about this topic, right? When you begin to write those things, then you are able to now set the goals that will lead to you into those outcomes. You are beginning, you can begin the journey of putting down milestones, writing tasks, creating a to-do list that will lead you into that result that you seek, into that outcome that you now have based on the vision statements that you have written. Does this make sense? Does this make sense? Right? So I wrote here, I say goals are the vehicles that take you to your vision. Right? Goals are the vehicles that take you to your vision. That's what they are. They are not the end in themselves. There has to be a vision that the goals lead into. And that vision is just from your dreams. The dreams that you have been having. Let me give you an example. One of the people I respect, the most in the world, honestly, to be honest. One day there was a meeting, he was there, we're all in a meeting, or everybody was talking about what they were doing and the goals they were smashing. This was many, many years ago now, many years ago. Right? I think like 6 years, 7 years ago or so. And he said, and so everybody talking and clap and hail and all that. And then when I said what I was doing, everybody, so when, he was summarizing what everybody was doing, he now said, and he also has this thing with the art of starting. And I know that no matter what, even no matter how many people even register, no matter how few they are, at least she's not going hungry, at least little by little, she's making something. And I felt offended, honestly. I felt upset. I felt discouraged. I felt embarrassed. That is not the vision I carry in my spirit, right? That is not a representation. That is not a vision statement for the dreams I have had about helping people change their lives, about training people. And I'm happy that day I did not accept what he said. Because if I did, I won't be here today. I would have burnt out a long time ago. But I held on to my dream and my vision and let that statement slip, because that was not what I saw. Now, the reason is, what I said that to say this, right? You have to see it for yourself, okay? Right? You have to see it from your dreams. Then you begin to chart your journey. You begin to go. So I want to give you 5 stages. 5 stages that will help you. And this we are really getting close to the end, right? Oh, 5 minutes to 8. 5 stages that will help you go through this process. I want you to just listen closely and write these things down. Sorry about this. I'm well, I'm strong, I'm healthy. 2023 is my year of divine health, absolute divine health. And if you agree with me, you put it there, that statement for yourself, you're living in full divine health 2023. No drugs, no sickness, no disease, all right? Okay, so the first one is premonition. Number 1, premonition. There's 5 stages that lead to goals, clear goal setting, to setting the right goals, right? Number one, premonition. What does premonition even mean, right? It just means that you are at a stage where there's a lot of uneasiness, there's a lot of not knowing, there's a lot of, just it's almost like fearful excitement about what is going to happen, right? About expressing what you don't know yet. So it's like something is meant to happen. You're meant to be greater than this. And then you have those premonitions. That's the first stage. That's stage one. You might be there. You might have crossed to the next stage, but that's a good place to be. That's the beginning for some people, right? Number two, scrutiny. So the first one is premonition. The next one is scrutiny. When you attend my programs in 2023, I will go deeper in talking about this. But for now, I'm just going to help you with this little bit of information. Scrutiny. Scrutiny is when you begin to envisage the things that have been uneasy in your heart and in your spirit, right? When you begin to contemplate about those things, when you begin to think through those things, when you are going to begin to ask questions of why am I here right now? What is actually happening? What is this going to affect? Where am I going? Those kind of questions. You begin to contemplate those things. You envisage the future. You put scrutiny. Number two is scrutiny. And I know if you're in my session last week before this, these are not the terms I use, but I prefer this now. Right? We've grown in 1 week. I've grown. Right? All right. The number three, exertion. Exertion means to just take action, to just begin to do things, to begin to take steps, to begin to explore, right? Explore the things that you have been contemplating about. Explore the things that have been under your scrutiny. Explore the things that you've been envisaging, you've been thinking about, you're exploring, you begin to take steps in the right direction, right? That's number three. And then number four is reinforcement. Getting for yourself reinforcement, rallying around yourself a support system that will help you deliver 2023 the way you want it to be delivered. Okay? Reinforcement. That's number four. And number five is impetus. You need impetus. Impetus starts with self-motivation, right? I was talking to one of my dearest people, right? And she was one of my dearest people. She's the team lead for Rejuvenance, right? And she was telling me how, she wasn't self-motivated and all that. And I said, it's okay. You don't have to feel it. You just have to be it. All right? You don't have to feel it. You just have to be self-motivated. See, you may not want it. This year was tough for me. I didn't want to do many things. I didn't want to get up. I didn't want to go anywhere. But I stood up every day because I knew somebody's life was tied to mine, and my standing up will make somebody else better. You can ask the people in my coaching circles how I showed up each time, even when they didn't show up. Yeah, ladies, I'm calling you out, right? Even when they didn't show up, I showed up because I wasn't just doing it for them. I was doing it to prove my purpose, my relevance, my affluence. I was doing it for my purpose, to smash my goals, right? Of 2022, I was doing it no matter how hard and painful it is. I was telling them in my class, I said, look, that capacity comes in different levels. I'm not going to teach capacity today, right? But capacity comes in different levels. And one of the levels of capacity is your pain capacity, building your pain capacity, because you need to be able to endure pain, right? And I'm jumping, but that's what it is. Now, impetus means that you take those actions and you fuel them with strength, with determination, with deliberation, right? With momentum, gather momentum on those actions and begin to run with them. That is when you will begin to see results. That is when you begin to smash your goals. Before momentum, you have been setting goals. You have been reiterating your thoughts. When you got to the point of action, you were trying a few things out, see if they work. By the time you got the right reinforcement, the right support system around yourself and your goals, then you are able to put impetus for success and momentum, right? Let me just run through 5 of them again. And I want you to go and search in the dictionary for their definitions. Thank you for putting it up. Number 1 is premonition. Number 2 is scrutiny. Number 3 is exertion. Number 4 is reinforcement. And number 5 is impetus. I love that one, impetus. I love it. Okay. Oh my God, my people, thank you so much for being here. And I want to ask you a question. Where have you been 2022? If you had to describe your state of 2022, where have you been? Whew. And so the question is, where are you going in 2023? Please, I apologize. I've been squinting a lot. I apologize. The lighting is affecting me. Something is wrong, but we're moving on, right? Where have you been? Where have you been and where are you going? That's what goal setting really is. That's what all we are talking about really is. Accepting where you are right now, where you have been, and delivering the future, right? Delivering the future, delivering 2023, delivering all those things that you now carry in your spirit, right? Somebody said this, right? Say, God gives you a new train, but you still want to run it on old tracks. A lot of us receive visions, receive dreams, but we set the wrong goals because we do not set the right goals to deliver those dreams and visions, because either we are afraid or we believe the wrong things or something. We do not believe that if God has given you the train, he can give you the right tracks. You do not believe that he can provide and he can, you have to believe right. Just dreaming and believing in the vision and the dream is not good enough. You have to also believe in the goals you set. You have to believe in the milestones. You have to believe that you can do it all. The little wins, the big wins, everything, right? You have to do it and work towards it. How do you do it? The first thing is you need to be able to articulate the vision for 2023. What is your overarching vision for 2023? Who will you be in December, at the end of the year, on the 30th of December like this? Who will you be? We may not have Start Strong next year. I don't know. I'm beginning to feel like, maybe not. But who will you be at the end of the year? Who are you right now? And who will you be? Articulate your vision. Write down vision statement. This is what I want to see. This is what I want to become. See, let me show you. My book is here. My vision book is here, right? And I've been writing. I just dump things. I've been writing about 2023 for a while, I've been writing about all the mantles I received in 2022. I don't know if you can see this, right? I've been writing, and see where I am now. Just look at this page. Oh God, I want it to be clear so that, yeah, I think it's getting clear. If you can see how confusing, I even started drawing a puppy on it when I was getting tired because I'm writing so much on it. There's so much I want to do. But the next page after that is blank, right? And I've written 2023. I've written it, light illumination, shining, yeah, glory. I've written it because I'm now going to begin to write vision statements out of all these dreams that I've been writing on the preceding pages. I'm going to put it in there, and that's what I'm going to lay on the altar, all right? So articulate your vision, then illustrate your vision like I'm doing here. Don't just write it out. If you can create a vision board, do that. Illustrate it, something that you can see. Create those pictures that you can put in your mind and always look at. Those pictures that will become familiar to you to deliver the future, right? And the last one is endorse that vision. How do you endorse that vision? One of the people I know on Instagram said, see, paste your face on everything until people cannot refuse you anymore, until they cannot resist you, right? Put your face out there. That's how you endorse your visions, by doing something about it. By buying a t-shirt that has "Be Better," and that's for me now, my coaching name on it or something. Endorse your own vision. Put some money into it, okay? Right? Illustrating your vision. If it's a business you've been trying to start, get the logo, register the business. Just make some action, get some impetus, right? And the main thing is for you to learn all you need to learn. Like everything I've shared tonight, you need to learn all you need to learn, right? So that you can build the right capacity to tide you to December 2023. You can build the right capacity to carry you through the stages into December 23. You will go through pain to bet something new. You will go through loss, because when you're in pain, that means there's a loss, right? You will lose something. Change bets loss, right? You will go through gain. You will gain stuff, right? And I wrote it here. You also be tossed. You'll be tossed into opportunities, tossed into different levels of things. Are you ready? And I'll say those 4 things again. You will go through pain. You'll go through loss. You go through gain, and you'll be tossed into different things. What kind of capacity are you going to have that will help you through 2023 based on everything we talked about today, right? Based on your heritage, based on what you are now defined as and the labels you carry, based on what you visualize and the pictures that you have put in your mind, right? The reflections that you have, based on premonition and scrutiny and exertion and your reinforcement and your impetus, right? Based on building capacity. And that's my final words today. And if there are any questions, Can I have the question? How are you building capacity, right, for 2023? So I'll just ask Gloria or anybody that has the Zoom link to share it on YouTube so that people can join us for our after party like we usually do, right? But I want to thank everyone for being here today. I'm leaving you with that. I'm leaving you with that. How are you building capacity to tide you through the new year? This new year is coming to us in a flash, like it's going to fly. A lot of things are going to be happening. We're going to be tossed into platforms and opportunities. How are you going to fill that space, right? How are you going to receive light and illumination so that you can shine in that space, right? Right? God is giving you a new train in 2023. How are you going to believe for new tracks? How are you going to believe for bigger and for better? So from me, Eritosin-Gregory, your goals coach, and everything else that I am to you, your latest author, maybe to some of you, whatever I am to you, I just want to wish you an amazing, phenomenal, significant 2023. All right. And that's it. That's it. That's it. How are we feeling? Are we still good? Right? Right. Okay. So I have a question here. I'm just going to quickly answer that question. Thank you all that stayed till the end on YouTube. God bless you. God bless you. God bless you. All right. Please post the link. Who has the link? Anyone that has the link, can we please post that link to the Zoom room on YouTube so that we can just quickly shut down and get into the room. All right. So I have a question here, and the person is saying, okay, the link has been shared. Thank you. So somebody's asking how they can join my coaching team. All right, just send me a message. You can just leave a comment on YouTube, and it's for ladies only. So I have a private ladies coaching team group, and I have a public one on Telegram. The public one on Telegram is called Finish Strong, Start Strong, and that's why we do 2 conferences every year: Finish Strong in July and Start Strong in December. And then I also post some learnings in the Telegram group. So you can just go to Telegram and look for Finish Strong, Start Strong, and that's our group, and you can just join. Then my personal exclusive ladies group is called Better with Ihotu, right? There's a free version and there's a paid version. The paid version is more intensive. They're one-on-one sessions, all kinds of hand-holding, me being very present in your life. That will run from 4 months. It's 4 months. It runs from February, March, April, May. So February to May, and I think we'll do June to October or something like that. So you can just ask Gloria for more information, or just send your number or your email. Maybe email is better since we're online. Post your email so that that information can be copied. More information about that can be sent to you. So that's the best way to connect with me. You can also connect with me on social media. Ihotu Eritosin-Gregory is my name on social media. So just find me on LinkedIn, Instagram. I'm most active on LinkedIn and Instagram. Facebook, well, I'm there, I'm kind of there. Just look for Ihotu, you'll find me, and so on, and other programs. So just be there. And then, yes, my mailing list is going to become really active from next year. So you can also drop your email address if you want to be getting emails from me about programs, events, what I'm thinking, what I'm learning, as I'm learning it, how I'm transforming, how I'm changing, new books that are coming out next year. My journal will be out next month. Right, the journal I've developed for Super Smashers is actually called Super Smasher. It will be out next month. It will be out next month, and then I have some other books coming up before the end of the year, and so on and so forth. All that information will come out in my newsletter. So please, please, please drop your email address to join the newsletter, or you can DM it to me. You can DM it to me. Okay, somebody asked a question. He said, "What can someone do when a dream has its expired time?" What do you mean by expired time? All right, because time is life. And as far as you are alive, you're within time, right? If you think that maybe the dream that you have was for a certain time, then just go back and reevaluate the dream, right? Just go back and reiterate the dream. just go back and leave it. But what you will do with leaving that dream is leave it in the current time. So how can you now interpret that same dream in this current time and reality that we now have? Maybe how can you upgrade it so that it now fits into the time? Because I don't think any dream expires. I just think that I think that you can make it work. You might just need to revisit it, revisualize it, as it were, right? Think it through again, right? And then you leave it again. Okay, right. Okay, I think that we will end this meeting now. I was hoping we'll end by 8. Thank you so much, everyone, for being here. It has been amazing to do this with you again. I hope to do a lot more of this with better lighting, better sound, more of my team members and all that. Next year, 2023 is going to be an amazing big year for me. Courses online, coaching, trainings, all kinds of things. Don't miss out on my life in 2023. I'm going to be shining now. I'm going to be shining, and so are you. I pray the very best for every single one of you. God bless you. Have a wonderful 2023. Have a blessed 2023.